Hello! So, I'm gonna answer some asks from my box. I'm not gonna read them off, I'm just gonna give you the number. I'll put the questions below. But I don't think there's anything wrong with having a rape fetish, especially when that's something that when you've been sexually abused or raped or anything like that, and it's kind of been like integrated or woven into your like whole mental like process and stuff. It doesn't mean you enjoyed what happened to you. It doesn't mean like that you're sick or perverted or anything like that. It's just like it's a desire that you have, and it's kind of out of your control. I wouldn't feel bad about it. You have no reason to. You can't really handle like or control like how your brain processes things. So I mean, if you're not hurting anybody, nobody's hurting you, then just let it be. As long as like what you're doing, if you're practicing this, it's consensual and like there's an understanding there. You have like safety words and things like that. Then you know, do it up. Like, do it up. Like, it sucks. Whatever happened to you, like, obviously it sucks. It's shitty. Like, sexual abuse situations are awful. But don't feel bad, because you're not doing anything wrong. This is just how you handled it, and that's okay. I'm just going to elaborate on this because I got two questions that were very similar, and I also don't think there's anything wrong with being turned on by like rape literature or anything like that, especially when you've come from a background of sexual abuse or rape or whatever. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with you. It's normal. We all have our sexual skeletons. We all have our like weird sexual shit, and it's totally fine. Like I said, as long as you're not hurting anybody, nobody's hurting you, and everything's consensual, it's totally okay. I've never been. Oh, question number 2. I've never been diagnosed with any sort of psych disorder or anything like that. My family has a long history of like mental illness and psychological disorder. So far, I seem to be fairly clear of that. I'm hoping to continue with that, but you never know. My mom was the only one of her siblings that was never diagnosed with any sort of hives on my neck. That was never diagnosed with any sort of psychological disorder, but she's got something going on. I don't know what it is, but yeah. Question number 3. I have always been an optimist. I've always been very positive. I've never seen a therapist or a psychiatrist or anything like that. I don't know how I developed such a positive attitude. It's just kind of how I've always been. I feel like it's just kind of sink or swim, I guess. So I'm swimming. I really believe that. Sorry. We're here, and I don't want to waste the time that I have here, just kind of moping around, being miserable. So I just try to make the best out of everything while simultaneously trying to be as realistic as possible. I'm not a super optimist, but I'm definitely optimistic. So, yeah. Have I ever had depression? This is question number 4. Yes, I have. My husband and I split up in 2008, in November of 2008, and I was really able to run from my feelings, just from like as far as like grieving that and everything, and I ran away from it up until I ended up in Olympia, Washington, and then I was in a place where I couldn't run away from it anymore, and I shaved all of my hair off, and I was depressed for about 1.5 years. Gained a lot of weight, not a lot, but I gained some weight because I was eating cupcakes every day. I was making cupcakes and eating cupcakes every day, and I wasn't getting out of bed, which is really hard when you're a mom. I didn't want to get out of bed. I caught a lot of flack from people for that, but yeah, I was depressed for about 2 years. I didn't really want to do anything. I had never experienced any sort of sadness like that. And it's funny because, you know, being a teenager and just being like, I'm so sad, and I'm not mocking anybody, but I definitely did that. Not like I was generally like really optimistic, but when I would feel sad, it would just felt like very heavy, end of the world, whatever. So just to experience like a great sadness like that, I was really overwhelmed. It fucked me up because I couldn't get away from it. And it was like this roller coaster going up and down. I'd be like, oh, I'm going up. Oh, this is going away. This is great. No. So it was really awful. And I started getting into my last relationship. My partner, his name was Jeff. Just as I was coming out of that depression, and being with him kind of hindered my recovery from that, so I kind of lingered in this weird in-between area for a little while, but I fully came out of it about June of 2011. So it started in 2009, around October 2009. Then I was fully out of it by May or June 2011. So I did it. It was fucking heart-wrenching and awful. But I still appreciate it and what it did for me and all of that stuff. I think experiences like that are really important. I feel like they give a lot of perspective, and I feel like a lot of growth comes through sadness. Growth generally doesn't feel good, I think, or I feel anyway. So, you know, I think you can do it. I think you'll be okay. It doesn't feel good. It fucking sucks. But in the end, there's a big sigh of relief, and you kind of feel proud of yourself, I guess. So just hang in there. You got it. Okay, I need to start another one.